Howdy folks, and welcome to this Let's Play of Hearts of Iron 4, where we were playing as Turkey. So we were on Let's Play number 617 today. Now, during our previous session, we had started an invasion of Iraq. I believe that that particular war is still ongoing. So I'm just loading that scenario. You should see that there's various different battles ongoing in that particular region. Apologies. We're trying to basically take Baghdad. We got some help from our allies. We got some help from the Germans. Unfortunately, none of those units here I can control, which is a bit of a pity. Interestingly enough, some of these units don't seem to be engaged at the moment. I thought I had more units here, but apologies again. Looks like I actually pulled back some of those units to defend my northern border. I do have some naval battles ongoing here as well. I'm still fighting naval war there as well. Anyways, this war has been joined by the British as well. So it's not just against the Iraqis, it's also against the British. And the same, I believe, goes here. Actually, in this instance, it's purely the Turkish Iraqis. Because I'm the Turkish, or the neo-Ottomans, I should say. Let me accelerate the clock a little bit. Resistance to occupation, okay. Okay, so let me just send one unit over. I don't mind, really. No, I don't. The battle here seems to be going pretty decently. How is my recruitment queue? Got some units that are almost ready here. They should be deployed in Istanbul. Then we've got these units down here, which are these. Let me just have a look at the actual layouts. Okay, that's fine. I know I'm also working on some of these guys here, which is basically going to be my armor units. Haven't had too much luck with that yet. Cyprus. Let's get the clock rolling again. What I'm trying to do here, basically, by taking these two territories here, I'm creating a little bit of an enclosure around that particular region. As you can see, we've just taken this particular sector here. I'm just going to let these units recover. Is that the Germans? Looks like a Japanese flag almost, doesn't it? It says German Reich, but by name I would say it's Japanese. Just finish some research. Let's see what we can research next. Armored operations. Infantry assault. Tanks get additional organization, recovery, etc. etc. Let's research that, that's fine. Perfect, we've done some bombing again against I don't know who. My production queue looks like, which of course is this one. Very inefficient at the moment. Pretty much, I guess I'm going to be meeting my needs in terms of my weapons. Let's have a brief look at our actual research. How do I look at the research tree? Yeah, we got the latest weapons already, which is this one here. So in terms of production, I am building the latest one, which is weapons 3. Just changing the layout slightly. Should I just dismantle this particular queue? I might as well. Leads to a little bit of inefficiency, but we should make up for that shortly. Apologies again. See how that goes. That should be a good bit of a attack. Now, which units are not partaking in this? Because of course those units that basically started retreating. Or that are basically moving elsewhere at the moment. Otherwise all my units are engaged here. And the numbers seem to swing back and forth a little bit here. National focus complete. Flexible navy. So what's that do for me? Gives me a research bonus. Okay, perfect. Okay. Assault mining effort. The next one. Let's have a look at our Air Force for just a second. So at the moment I've got my close air support engaged in the Mediterranean. I'm going to switch them over to here. At least that's my intention. And then I'm going to switch over to close air support, supporting the ground units. Have I got any in terms of supplies? I got a substantial amount of them. In actual fact, I can create a brand new air wing. Comprised of, let's say, 25 of these. Perfect. 8th of July is expected to be completed. Where's the other unit based at the moment? So this guy here, where's he based at the moment? Where's Izmir? Ah, so I might want to relocate that one. Let's do that first. Alright, he's there. So if I look at this queue, okay, not what I was expecting to see. Perfect, that's Middle East. Good. Alright, let's seize the attack. Let's just hold our positions for the moment. There's quite a bit of extra units based there, it looks like. Let's see what we can actually do here. What's happening in terms of the sea? We've done some bombing there, which, okay, is fine. Let's briefly have a look at all of our naval units here. Alright, how do we get through this stalemate here? Well, first off, let's get these units up to the front. I can do that quite easily by selecting them here. Now, these units here, which they're part of that particular general here. Okay. So they're relocating at the moment. Once they're there, they need to basically gain some organization, which is pretty much zilch at the moment. Not what I told it to do, but okay. If that's how we get it to work, then I guess, yeah, so be it. That should be my favor. Research combat unit destruction. What's that do for me? Agility of my close air support units is increased. Ground support integration. Key point bombing, tactical air support. Ground support. What's the difference? Battlefield support or ground support integration? I guess I want to go for that one. It's difficult for tactical bombers to attack, blah 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 blah. Full integration of our tactical bomber force with ground-based observation-based increases their accuracy. Support our... Interesting, what's the difference between those two? Gets me the same effect. These units are en route. Who's this guy? Game freezes. Interesting. So these guys are still here on the other side of the world, which is fine. This unit here is protecting that particular territory. This is a relatively small unit, which I can easily redeploy. Which I will do. Some success here, it looks like. Desert. It's got various different terrains here. It looks like I guess my graphical settings are basically affecting the gameplay here to some extent. It's just getting to be sluggish occasionally, but it could also be just the complexity of all the calculations. I've got no clue. Let me just have a quick look. Keeps on going. It's a defensive battle and we won that. Good. Just kind of hoping for some support from the Germans and Italians and Hungarians, you name it. Because that's a Hungarian unit that's currently under the command of the Germans, it looks like. These units, I want to get them into there as quickly as I can. As you can see, I'm basically putting every unit I've got on the front into this battle here with run back that. I'm rather hoping that will help me, but it looks like I'm low on supplies here. Let me check what the supply conditions in this particular region are. The supply conditions here are pretty poor. Well, actually in Iraq they seem to be better than actually in my own territory there. Need to basically somehow expedite the one for Erzurum. Okay. That's okay. 86. I'm kind of hoping that once I win the Battle of Baghdad, I will actually not have to do anything else with Iraq because they will surrender. That's kind of my hope. 5 victory points here. I assume there's more victory points down here. So if we go to Basra, for example, there's 1 victory point there. If I look in general at them, they are relatively low in terms of national unity. 80%. So my hope, sincere hope, really is that Baghdad's defeat the loss of back that will actually make them fully drop out. Ooh, good. Look at these units here arriving. No. Hold on. Pause the game for just a second. I don't want you to be going back to that plan.